things that were thrown out of other planets that arrived to our neighborhood simply because it takes less than 1 billion years, even for our own rockets, to traverse the Milky Way from one side to the other.
It's coming closer to us, not one, but two. One rises from the abyss of interstellar space, so mysterious humanity can't even agree on what to call it, except for a cold clinical name, the solid core enigma 3I Atlas. The other has dominated headlines for over a decade, a rule-breaking giant born on the frigid outskirts of the Oort cloud, the colossal UN271. Both have crossed the border into our solar system, one a solid anomalous fortress, the other a silent giant converging to upend everything we thought we knew about the cosmos. Let's kick off today's updates with the latest images of the interstellar object 3I Atlas. And of course, not the blurry shots released by NASA, but crisp, high-definition photos captured by dedicated amateur astronomers. On your screen is one of the latest images of the interstellar traveler 3I Atlas, a false-color rendition created by Alphonse Diepvens in Belgium, offering a strikingly different lens through which to observe this enigmatic object. A few days ago, we also received a perfect image captured at 0941 UT on November 22, 2025, by Efrain Morales Rivera in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Through the powerful 305mm aperture, Morales Rivera has revealed delicate details of this distant visitor features that remain elusive to telescopes under 100mm. And here is another remarkable capture by Ben Frederick taken in the early morning hours of November 24 in a testament to the dedication of observers who chase fleeting cosmic wonders across time zones and hemispheres. The time and location are meticulously recorded and the photographers are clearly identified. This is not an artist's impression or illusion. Do you agree with this observation? Don't hesitate to share your thoughts. And now let's ease our doubts together by analyzing the mystery more deeply, exploring the evidence and uncovering the secrets of 3I Atlas as a community of curious minds. All we see is factual. The photon captured is real, the structure shown is real, and the abnormalities, of course, are so real. All three of the latest images continue to reveal narrow, sharp both tails and antitails still stretching across the cosmic void like immense glimmering shields suspended in space. These striking features alone capture the imagination, tracing the dynamic interaction of dust gas and solar radiation streaming from an object that has traveled light years to reach our solar system. Yet the most captivating and scientifically significant detail lies at the heart of 3I Atlas. Each image clearly displays a dense solid nucleus, perfectly round and brilliantly luminous, maintaining its spherical integrity even as the comet releases streams of material into space. These observations confirm that the nucleus itself remains structurally stable, a rare trait among comets, especially for an interstellar visitor. Surrounding this nucleus is a symmetrical coma with a subtle bluish glow accentuating the comet's physical coherence and hinting at the composition and behavior of the materials on its surface. Moreover, as it approaches Earth, its hue shifts toward green. Together, the nucleus and the surrounding coma present a scientifically fascinating portrait, a body that is both fragile and resilient, a traveler from another star system that retains its solid spherical core while interacting dynamically with the solar environment. In the newest images, 3I Atlas is not merely a streak of light or a drifting cloud of particles, it is a tangible structured object, a cosmic sentinel whose core continues to shine with unwavering clarity and geometric perfection, defying expectations for an object subjected to the extreme forces of interstellar space. So while it may feel as though the solid object moves according to its own cosmic rules, these rules are not necessarily magic. They are a complex dance of physics played out on a stage vast enough that more than were expected. By examining each twist of light, each subtle shimmer, we can calm our apprehensions, replacing speculation with careful observation, and transform awe into understanding. If you believe the previous images were filtered or enhanced, then take a look at this. A different frame, a raw capture revealing the object in unaltered detail. And yet, even without processing it, shows the same thing, a structure almost too perfect to be accidental. That tiny immaculate dot with its two opposing streaks, those elongated tails stretching into space. It is not a trick of software or an artifact of editing. It is one of the two main characters of our story today, I Atlas. In this version, the nucleus stands out with an almost unsettling purity, a perfect circle suspended in darkness, sharp-edged and unwavering as though carved by celestial machinery. It stands there with quiet defiance, a cosmic declaration that the sun's ultraviolet assault has not been enough to break it down. M. Giguère and G. Riemann, who posted this image in an astronomy group, never claimed anything dramatic, but the image itself seems to speak with a voice of its own, hinting at a deeper story embedded in its symmetric glow. And remember, every published photo arrives with its full metadata exposure length filters, location optical setup timestamps. These are the fingerprints of authenticity. Nothing here comes from a simulated environment or a controlled laboratory. These are direct slices of the night sky gathered photon by photon, delivered exactly as the universe offered them. They come from individuals who spend long, cold nights under open sky wanderers, driven by curiosity, by the hunger to witness something extraordinary before anyone else. They are not operating under institutional directives, they are following their own instinct for discovery. Some pursue this out of pure passion. Others, perhaps because their confidence in large institutions, NASA included, has begun to fade. Not out of cynicism, but out of a desire to see with their own eyes, to trust what their own sensors capture, rather than wait for information filtered through layers of bureaucracy. While 3i Atlas has been stirring up every astronomy forum in recent weeks, its sudden fame still cannot eclipse the presence of another giant, a true behemoth that has quietly inhabited our solar system for more than a decade. And in case anyone has forgotten, this video is here to remind you C2014 UN271, better known as Bernardinelli Bernstein. Make no mistake, this is definitely a comet. But it is a comet of monstrous proportions with a nucleus estimated at nearly 150 kilometers across. To put that into perspective, that makes it 10 times larger than most typical comets and nearly 30 times wider than the estimated nucleus of 3i Atlas measured by the Hubble Space Telescope back in July 2025. Moreover, with a mass of around 500 trillion tons, it surpasses normal comets near the Sun by an incredible factor of 100,000. When Pedro Bernardinelli and Gary Bernstein first spotted it in dark energy survey data from 2014, they were so astonished that they jokingly called it a failed dwarf planet. But beyond its size, UN271 is also deeply unusual, a comet that breaks the fundamental rules of textbook astronomy. It was only recognized as an active giant in 2021 when it began to show signs of activity, a faint coma, even though it was still extraordinarily far from the Sun. In other words, it took scientists a full 7 years to officially reclassify this object from a mere distant body to a full-fledged comet. Just that alone speaks volumes. It is a truth that defies easy explanation. UN271 refuses to fit neatly into our standard definitions. Earlier observations revealed that it had already begun glowing and forming a coma from a distance of 20 to 25 astronomical units far beyond the orbit of Neptune, the most distant planet in our solar system. This early activity is a crucial clue. Scientists determined that its surface contains highly volatile ices, such as carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and ammonia materials capable of sublimating in deep cold rather than the water ice typical of smaller comets. This coma paradoxically became the key to understanding the comet's enormous size. Look closely at this sequence of images in original observation, a coma model, and the isolated nucleus from left to right. NASA explained that by modeling the brightness profile of the coma and subtracting it entirely from the Hubble image, they were able to extract the point-like glow of the nucleus itself. That faint remaining speck, combined with radio telescope data, allowed astronomers to estimate a nucleus roughly 85 miles wide, even though Hubble cannot directly resolve something so distant at about 19 astronomical units, nearly 2 billion miles away. What emerged from this painstaking analysis is astonishing: a charcoal black nucleus, a massive block of ancient volatile compounds drifting in from the Oort Clouda, long-term resident of our solar system, not an interstellar outsider. And this is precisely why, despite its strange behavior and its early activity, far from the sun traits it shares with 3i Atlas UN271, is still firmly classified as a comet. It belongs here. It has a clearly defined nucleus. It fits the family even if it stretches every definition to its limits. 3i Atlas, on the other hand, remains an enigma wanderer whose true size still confounds scientists and whose origin lies beyond the borders of our solar system. UN271 breaks rules. Atlas breaks expectations. And together they are rewriting the way we think about what moves in the darkness beyond Neptune. Although C2014 UN271 has been traveling through the outer reaches of the solar system for quite some time, its relatively modest speed, around 9.8 kilometers per second, or 22,000 miles per hour, from the distant fringes means it will not reach perihelion until 2031, when it passes roughly 10.9 astronomical units from the Sun, midway between the orbits of Saturn and Uranus. And here lies yet another of its peculiarities. With its closest approach still far from the Sun, UN271 will never experience the intense heating that drives water ice to boil off in typical comets. This leaves its future behavior an open question. It could erupt violently, fragment into pieces, expel enormous amounts of gas, or in true defiance of expectations, glide through the inner solar system silently and majestically, preserving its composure as it continues its slow journey. Beneath its outer layers of carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, this colossal comet also harbors nitrogen ice-red tholin organics and a mixture of dark dust chemistry reminiscent of distant icy worlds like Pluto or Eris. Observations from the Hubble Space Telescope and the Atacama Large Millimeter Array have confirmed this exotic composition, revealing a body that is both primordial and pristine. For astronomers, UN271 is a scientific treasure trove. Its location in the most ancient, unaltered regions of the solar system, combined with the fact that it will never come close to Earth, makes it a rare, untapped archive of early planetary material. Here lies a giant that breaks the conventional rules. It is far slow and enormous, yet its very existence offers unprecedented insight into the birth and evolution of our planetary system, a window into the conditions that shaped worlds billions of years ago. The main obstacle preventing a spacecraft from visiting C-2014 UN271 up close is its staggering distance and exceptionally long orbit. Completing a full revolution around the Sun takes nearly 3.4 million years, and its aphelion may lie as far as 40,000 astronomical units. This makes any potential mission not only technically daunting, but practically unfeasible with current technology. Yet despite its remoteness, its presence offers a unique scientific opportunity. Whether you classify it as a comet or regard it as a mysterious interloper whose behavior rivals the enigmatic 3I Atlas, its nature remains profoundly intact. It is a silent ancient messenger carrying pristine material from the earliest epochs of planetary formation, untouched by the inner solar system's heat or radiation. In essence, UN271 is a rare window into the primordial history of our cosmic neighborhood, offering secrets from billions of years ago that are otherwise inaccessible. Both of today's mysterious figures display their strangeness in very different ways. Atlas captivates scientists and enthusiasts alike because it is not just an interstellar wanderer, it is a tangible trace of material and formation conditions from somewhere far beyond our galaxy. UN271, on the other hand, carries the most primordial signatures of a dynamic solar system, a relic from the earliest epochs of planetary evolution. Are you intrigued by today's journey? Of course, the path of discovery stretches far ahead. Let us set sail together, navigating the cosmic storms and venture into the vast, uncharted oceans of space. Until next time, keep your eyes on the stars and we'll meet again soon.